Yeah, Benny's taking his time to load.
Go on, Benny. He'll be here in a bit.
He'll be here in a bit.
Don't know what
Late
to do
Benny.
without Benny here now.
Benny the bracelet.
Young Benny. Killing it, huh?
Yeah, he's killing it. He's killing it. He's killing it. Anyway, should we bring some noise? What do you reckon?
Let's bring some noise. It's episode 23. Hey, my favourite number. Dude, I've got like deja vu because we did episode 23 before when it was the lockdown companion, and we did 23 facts about 23 and all of that. Benny's here.
Yeah.
Benny's here.
Hey, Benny.
And
we're already
so
recording,
I feel like
dude,
we've already done episode 23 in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember that being a monumental one. Did we have a guest for episode 23 of the lockdown
companion? Yeah.
But I remember we had a bit of a look at what the number 23 meant and stuff like that, and it was kind of interesting actually.
It was interesting,
Sports
wasn't it? We went
people.
through a load of facts. It was good.
Yeah, we're not going to do that again. Don't worry, people.
We're not.
But Michael Jackson, he definitely didn't reply. Michael Jordan, I did shoot him a DM, dude. I thought, you know what?
Did you?
Shoot your shot.
Gave it
Shoot
a go.
your shot. Shoot your shot. See
we
what
got
happens.
Spikeball Chris on. Why not? Why not get his airness?
Exactly. Did you see Spikeball did a Dunkin' Donuts collab recently?
No, I haven't seen it. You told me about it though. Was it good?
Oh, really? Yeah, it's cool. They did like a Dunkin' Donuts net, and you know, all the stuff was all donut related.
Spikeball comes up a lot in life.
It does.
I never heard of it before you told me about it, and now
I'd
it's
never heard
quite
of
popular.
I'd never heard of it before the thing dropped in the emails that time, and now, yeah, I say hello to Spikeball Chris quite often.
I still love the idea of Spikeball Chris having a conversation with Michael Flatley. I still wish we could make that happen. That'd be just fantastic.
Maybe we still can, dude. I've got the email address for Flatley's what's it called? Management company.
Have you? Good.
Yeah,
I wonder what
because he
Flatley's
doesn't
up to at Christmas. Do you do appearances? He probably sets up Christmas lights. It's probably a busy time of year for him.
Yeah,
Turns them on, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Dancing around trees. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man. So yeah, I don't know.
Do you go to any light turnings on? I don't know how you say
man.
it. Lights on. What do you say?
Just some Z-list celebrity turning some lights on in some
Yeah, they always
shitty
have
town.
interesting ones, don't they?
Just lighting up the homeless people.
Fucking Timmy Mallet.
No. Yeah.
Do you know where?
I don't, man. I don't. Dude, I'm not Christmassy. It's bad.
You're not.
It's
no.
terrible. Nah. I mean, I like it. You know, I've got a lot of respect for Jesus and you know whoever,
Yeah,
whatever
all of
happens.
those ones.
All of those ones. But I'm not a Christmassy kind of guy. I'm just not. When you say like, oh, let's decorate the house, I'm like, why? I think I told you this story last year.
How is that related to Christmas?
What, decorating the house?
Oh, do you know, I've got really confused here because I thought you were talking about painting and decorating.
Has it been a long day, dude, on the tools?
Mate, it has been a long day. I'm half deaf from the digger. It's a good digger I'm in. I've spent a whole day in a digger, and I'm quite exhausted actually. It's one of the worst days of torrential rain ever.
Yeah, it's been rough today, hasn't it?
Just been freezing
Let me
cold
just tell
all
you
day.
real quick, because I've got to get this off my chest, because it really
Please.
makes me laugh every time I tell anybody. So,
What is it?
My dad used to live in a little flat when I was really young, little flat. He was single, you know, he didn't have much going on, bless him. He just used to listen to Elvis and, I don't know, do whatever in the evenings.
You were going to say
And,
wank then, weren't you?
Yeah.
and then it just became weird.
And then it got weird. Yeah, he used to do a lot of that, I think. And then every year at Christmas, he had this like a loft hatch in the hallway.
Yeah.
And he literally used to reach his hand up every year. He grabbed the Christmas tree, which was plastic, and it was so shit. It was the shittest Christmas. It looked like it had been run over by a truck 10 times with no baubles on or anything. A few fairy lights wrapped around it, really like half-assed. He'd reach up, he'd grab it, he'd bring it down, he'd stick it on the floor, basically wherever it left. He didn't really have a place. He'd plug it in, and that was it. That was done. It took about 2 minutes. Not even.
That's good.
2 seconds.
It's really how it should be, isn't
funny.
it? I think
It's kind of like where I get it from sometimes. I just don't give a shit about that
But
stuff.
I reckon you would. I reckon you will when you reproduce. It must. Our listeners must. Surely, I reckon so. Because you used to like Christmas when you were a kid, right? Yeah, so if you've got someone in the house who fucking loves it that much and you love them, then you're going to like Christmas, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. As long as you like it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just about gifts.
No, definitely. I like the idea of making a house like magical, because I remember when I was younger, when the Christmas decorations came down, I was just like, oh, fuck this house, man. This house is boring. I liked it when there's like, I like the tree. Keep the tree. It's weird. It's all weird.
Keep lights on all the time. Why not? That's the thing.
Yeah, true.
There's a few. There's a house around the corner from mine. I'm happy to take a photo of it, although it won't really be relevant now. That has had Christmas decorations up all year, and they're on every day.
Really? Yeah.
Every night, the whole lawn, like the whole front,
they just
is
keep
full
Christmas
of like
decorations on.
polar bears and Santas and stuff. It's just there all year. Yeah, you just keep them on.
Does it not?
Why not, dude? Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, I guess why not? Yeah, it's meant to be bad luck, isn't it? Keep decorations up.
I mean, what's worse than a pandemic?
You are quite right, but if they hadn't kept them up, then maybe we wouldn't be in this sticky situation.
Maybe that's where it ends. I'll go round and have a word tomorrow. Send the heavies round.
No, I don't give a fuck about Christmas either, but I do think I'll make an effort when I have small children. If I ever have small children.
If you have small children, yeah.
My big children.
I think, I don't know. Like I said, it was good when you were young. I used to get some cool stuff and see family. But again, see my family a lot, see my parents a lot. Again, you know, maybe if you live away, you come home, different vibe. But for me right now, it's fine.
So
I had some lonely Christmases as well, you know. I think that put me off.
So you don't like Christmases? Do you like birthdays?
Just had one.
I know you did. That's why I bought it up. Yeah. And on that note, me and Benny are going to sing a full start to finish happy birthday, along with the listeners at home. Happy birthday. Oh, we don't have to.
Got me there. I was well into that.
Snap.
You have a good one?
Yeah. Yeah, it was all right, mate. Yeah, it was okay, actually.
Not a fan of birthdays either?
Neggy, aren't I? I think it's that you start to get old and you realise that people don't give a shit, really.
How old are you?
Really. How old do you think I am, Benny? Have a wild guess. What do you think? I mean, look at this figure. You know, obviously drink a lot of water. I'm very hydrated, so I could be older than I actually look. Close. Not bad. 35 now.
Oh, I've done you well there.
And you know what it is as well, I think? What I think is, my observation is, birthdays used to be a little bit easier because we had this thing called Facebook. And a lot of my friends now don't use Facebook. So you don't remember. Like, I don't remember birthdays. Ollie, I don't know when your birthday is. Benny, I don't know when birthdays are. But there's this like expectation that you're going to get all these messages off people. And people are going to be like, oh man, happy birthday. Let's do something. And the reality is, no one gets in touch. So that's the honest truth.
Oh, they've got to remember
it was kind of weird.
Yeah. I think of, in the seaside towns where you put there's those machines where you put the pennies in and they just go, and then the hole in the middle. The hole in the middle is death, and then my life is that thing there. And there's no stop points. There's no stop points where we have to celebrate. Don't celebrate it. No one bring up my birthday ever again. And
you're not bothered.
No, who fucking cares? I just don't care. I don't. If I want something, I buy it. I don't feel it doesn't make me feel like you care if you say happy birthday. It just makes me feel, like you said, that you've seen the Facebook thing.
Exactly. And there's a lot of people dude, you don't hear from people for 364 days, and then they're like, happy birthday.
People
and you're
stress on it too, don't they? I think we're both sounding negative.
I was going to do a Facebook post.
Benny, I'm sure
I was going to do a Facebook post, but I didn't do it. But I was trying to do it in a funny way, but I couldn't figure out a way of doing it without looking like a dick. But I was going to put like 80 Facebook wall posts, 3 texts, no calls.
And that's the culmination of your life's work. But
that's it. Who cares? Dude, my best mate Alex, who I've shared a couple of near-death experiences with and whatnot. I called him in the afternoon and I was like, "Hey, do you want to like go grab some food tonight and stuff?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm meant to be meeting this girl," and I was like, "Oh, okay, like you can bring her if you want. Like if you want to come over this way." He lives like 20 minutes away. He goes, "To be honest, mate, I just want to take her out for a drink and then take her back to mine and bang her." I was like, "Okay, mate, yeah, cool." I went, "It's my birthday though. If you do want to make the effort."
What do you say? Yeah, I'll make it quick.
Nah, he's like, "Nah, I'll see you next week or something." So yeah, it's all good. So yeah, anyway, great birthday.
I'm not attached to it, but I
it.
feel as though young Benny might have a different take on birthdays. I don't know. You might feel the same, but I feel like you'd celebrate a birthday, Benny.
Dude, I love birthdays and Christmas.
Yeah, I like Christmas. I like Christmas. I'm with you. Birthdays are.
I love birthdays.
Your mic's really quiet, Benny. Just a heads up. You're like super quiet. Yeah, just a heads up, mate. It's fine. We can hear you, but just a heads up.
Yeah, no, I love birthdays.
Do you? Yeah. Do you, as in, like, do you make a list and stuff?
Do I make a list of birthdays?
Birthday list?
Yeah.
Well, you know, but more presents.
That's southern. We don't do that up north.
Bulldog.
More presents.
More bulldog.
Yeah, more bulldog moisturiser, exactly.
Dude, I've been trying with bulldog for you, but so far nothing. I tried. I sent him a little message and just said, "Yo, here's a clip." Nothing.
And no luck.
Crickets. Nah, we'll get it. It'll come through.
It'll come in.
Okay.
It'll come in.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, then you can just buy it anyway. So it doesn't really matter, does it? So
Exactly.
Christmas is coming anyway. Yeah, Christmas is coming.
Christmas is coming. Get that bulldog in. But yeah, dude, what did I do on my birthday? It was like every other day. It was like I had some coffee and some pancakes in the morning, and then I went and rode my bike in the afternoon, and then that was
Telling
it.
you, dude.
Had a takeaway. Yeah, had a takeaway. Yeah, even the people I was riding with, they didn't know it was my birthday either.
Shouldn't have to, they shouldn't have to.
Until it came up in conversation, and they were like, "Oh, how old are you now?" And I was like, 35 today.
It always makes you feel bad when someone does that, don't it? When they drop
Yeah.
it. It's actually my birthday.
Yeah, and
today.
even though you're not trying to be funny, I was like, 35, like, today. Cool. It was a weird weekend, though, man. Like, because... So we done and we'll talk about it, but we done the Stevie Smith film
that
on Saturday evening.
Yeah.
You know, really cool event. But basically, it was held in a students' union. And I've not been in a students' union bar since we last did a film there 6 years ago, which was Cam Zink's film, Reach for the Sky. We used the same cinema.
Yeah.
And so we ended up in there after, you know, everyone who was, you know, at the film and all of the guys who were there and stuff and girls went to the student union. And it was a real reality check of like this new generation that you don't get to see very often if you don't go out too much. And obviously we've had 2 years of a pandemic, so you're not going out to clubs and stuff like that. But like, it was a massive reality check, man. Like everyone all of a sudden looked really young, and everybody... The fashion's really weird and different, and I haven't like physically seen it change. Yeah. So all of a sudden, everyone's wearing clothes that were like 90s clothes now. That seems to be the fashion for girls. It's sort of like mom jeans, Dawson's Creek, yeah, like trainers, sort of quite sort of loose fitting crop toppy sort of stuff for girls, and the guys were quite smartly dressed. It's very different, very, very different. It was very casual, which it used to be when I last like went out like that. It was. God, I sound old. You know, people used to make more of an effort, it seems. And also this new generation, they have like, it felt like they have like, no manners. That, you know, when we used to go out.
You're just sounding like a young old person.
When we used to go out, if you were going to walk by someone, you'd be like, "Oh, excuse me," and you just make your way past. This new generation, man, is it Generation Z? I don't know what generation that is. What generation are you, Benny? Because you're like this age, aren't you?
Yes,
I'm
Gen Z. I'm Gen Z.
Gen Z, that's it, Gen Z. So they don't say excuse me, they don't say thank you, they just barge past you. They're all looking at the phones. It's crazy. It's an eye-opener for
What were you doing? Morris dancing. Milady, man, will you honour me this dance, milady?
I'm stood next to the DJ going, "What do you mean you've never heard of Meatloaf, dude?" Like, what? You got any Meatloaf, mate? And the music, man, the music. I know we're in a student union on a Saturday night, but they were playing sort of Steps, Bewitched, stuff that have you ever heard of Bewitched, Benny? There you go. Point proven. because they weren't out when you were born.
Oh, so they're retro.
We used to.
So they're
Yeah, but
you know what I mean? They're vintage now.
they're retro to me. It's like it'd be like us going out and listening to Elvis. You'd be like, what? But it wasn't even a thing when you were alive.
Oh man,
yeah, I don't know.
funny, isn't it?
Maybe I'm off.
It's interesting, like, there's a definite sense of kids wanting to wear, like, old vintage clothes or pre-loved clothes and listening to old music. I love listening to, like, 70s and 80s dance music because it's just a bit different from what comes out nowadays.
Yeah.
And do you think that the music nowadays is just rubbish?
No, I love the music that comes out nowadays as well. I really, really like
Right.
it, but I like listening to old stuff as well. But I also don't think anything that comes out these days will never have the same effect as
Interesting.
what came out then. But also, I think there are a lot of very like entitled kids, or think they're entitled at least.
Yeah.
Hence
It was a
why
very
the
weird
little
vibe,
manners
man.
and
It was very
everything.
weird. And it's purely an observation. Maybe I'm off. But everyone that I was with said the same thing. They were like, this is weird. Like this. Yeah, I don't know. They can't even be trusted to have glass bottles. You have to serve everything in plastic and shit. It's just weird. It's just off.
Oh, honestly, that's a huge
Is that a
thing.
Gen Z
Glass,
thing where you
smashing
go out and
glass,
get
all
pissed
of
and
that.
smash glasses?
Yeah, you can't break things. I don't really understand it. I don't really understand the point. It's just making mess for someone else to clear up. If you don't clear it up yourself.
It's weird, isn't it? You do see yourself slowly become. Because imagine what the classic old person complaining. You know what I just made fun of you for. Like that's because we've had old people complaining at us for wearing hoodies and having loud music or whatever. But actually, it must be quite tough. Like each generation, you're like a kind of like a slight alteration
Yeah.
away from. So let's say our grandparents they lived through a war.
Yeah.
So of course they think it's stupid that you're putting loads of effort
I always
into your
say
hair,
I always
for
say
instance,
that.
or like
take. Do you know what I mean? Exactly.
Or-
Make it so you have to have a
or
blackout at night.
talking
and
about
you're
your
scared for your
feelings
life,
or
and
fucking.
most things become pretty pointless, don't they? Other than survival. So yeah, I agree with you. When you with your grandparents, you go and you're showing them the latest iPhone and apps.
Yeah.
No doubt they're like, well, fuck off. It doesn't.
Yeah. I do think we're going to come across as pretty old because we're aware of computers and stuff, but we're fucking on the edge. I feel like anyone in our generations that they're like, yeah, I know it's helpful, but there's something weird about it. There's something creepy about a mobile
You're
phone.
right.
Like
It's
everyone's
an interesting.
a bit
I remember
dubious about
being
it. We all use them, but
a few years younger, let's say 3 or 4, maybe even 5, and going to a club and feeling like, I wonder when that point is where you feel a bit older. I wonder when that point is where you think, oh, like this doesn't make sense anymore. And it's weird that it happened like the night before my driving home, but it was strange. It was as if all that stuff happened within a 4-hour time frame of learning about shit. Things have changed a lot over the last few years. And yeah, like I say, it's a reality check for sure. So Gen Z, get off your phone. Don't smash things.
hey, Gen Z, what's it like hanging out with old fucks? Like you spend a lot of time with me and Bren, right? Is it pretty? You do, and I would say we have a great time. We're not that far apart in age that we can't have a great
100%.
time together. But there must be things that stand out about slightly older generation.
Wow,
Because I forget,
really?
dude, I don't even remember that you're not the same age as me.
Really?
I'm immature.
Do you know what's always my favourite thing?
Yeah.
Trying to watch you or Bren using any sort of tech. It is so amusing to watch.
So what do we do wrong? Or do we just fumble
Honestly.
around? Or what is it?
Oh, no, I've just got a very vivid image. I can't remember where we're going. We're in the van somewhere.
So
And
you've never
every time
had,
they call
you've
answer
never
the
not
call,
had
just
a mobile
couldn't
phone.
quite
Just can't
You've
do
never,
it,
work out
You don't
what
remember.
to do.
Yeah, it's weird.
Just-
Can we start calling you
it's
Ben Z
so
as well? By the
painful
way,
to
I've just
sit
thought that's
behind
really
and not
good.
Just do it myself.
That's funny. So
That is a nice
technology.
nickname, isn't it? Ben Z.
When
Oh, that's really nice, Ben Z. That's really nice. Yeah.
Ben Z.
Did it have a colour
That is
screen?
really
I'm
good,
sh-
yeah.
I'm trying to think. When did I get my first like mobile phone? I reckon I had like a Nokia brick thing in like year 8.
Yeah, so you could.
And then like an actual.
And Benny,
It had
what
a
are you
colour
like?
screen.
What are you
And
like?
then like a
talking
actual
to
like
girls?
iPhone,
Pure-
maybe.
Like, what are you like? What's your
9
headspace like?
maybe?
If I said
Message
to you now,
girls,
we're in a
that's
club
insane.
or whatever, I was like, just go over it. Like, you
Yeah.
sober, stone cold sober.
We use an
You
app
just got to
called
go over
Kick.
and spark a conversation. Are you that guy? Can you do that? There you go. That's good. That's great. Because there's a lot that aren't.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
It's just
Benny's
talking
pretty
to
good
anyone.
at that stuff. Yeah.
I love talking to people. I just really enjoy talking to people.
Really, as part of like what? As part of like a mobile phone
Yeah.
era, you think people aren't good at talking to each other?
I think because of course when you're on your phone, you've got that block and that screen. You can be anyone you want to be.
Yeah.
Or
See,
you'd have to be
people
you.
that are funny about mobile dating. I've never quite understood it because you still got to fucking meet them, and you still, you know, if you're in a bar setting
Yeah.
or if you're on
They're
Tinder,
gonna know.
you still got to meet the.
They're going to
person,
find out it
you
was
know?
all a lie.
They're still going to see you. You can lie all you want, but at the end of the day, like you say, you've got to
Yeah,
meet
you
them
only get away with it
face-to-face,
for so
surely.
long, and then you're going to speak to them, and they're going to know.
Yeah.
So I don't really.
Exactly.
I don't. Yeah. But like, it's just the same as like going in like a seedy bar and then you meet a girl. It's like, well, this bar was crap, but I've met a nice
Yeah.
girl, or whatever.
Exactly.
There's no
The whole
difference.
mobile dating thing just fascinates me.
Have you ever done it?
I think it's such a.
You've had a
No.
long-term girlfriend,
I've
no?
never done it.
You're Benny True
Exactly.
Love.
Yeah.
You're Benzie True Love.
Yeah. Benzie
Yeah.
True Love. Yeah. Exactly.
Dude, that sounds good. That's like a gigolo name. Benzie True Love. There you go. It is interesting.
It's interesting. Like I say, it feels like things have changed. pretty
No,
quickly,
I haven't.
but-
Sorry, I didn't
Have
know
you
if were asking me
have
or
you had a
Benny.
chance to see that film yet?
No, I haven't yet.
Stevie Smith
Very
one?
much looking forward to it. It's good, is it?
Fascinating as well, and it was made. I think, for me, been very honest, that was a point in my life when I was a little bit out of mountain biking, the whole Stevie Smith era. So I didn't know, and I think a lot of people, even if you're a fan of the sport, didn't really know Stevie's story and what he'd been through and how he'd been brought up, his family and how connected they were to the sport. So I think anyone that's not a mountain bike fan could watch that and be come away from it with a lot of emotion. It was an emotional thing, and again, because I wasn't super connected around then, I didn't realise how much how close Steve Pete was to Stevie. So it was an emotional evening because of a lot of things going on, but knowing that, and this isn't me blowing my own trumpet, but just playing a very small part in making that happen, you know, and seeing how emotional Steve was. You know, Steve got, I'll send you the clip actually, Benny, maybe we can put it in, it's really nice. Petey wore a Stevie Smith race jersey to the event, and it was just like, it was so emotional hearing some of the stuff, and then his mum's reached out and said some stuff as well, and yeah, it's a really fucking good film, man. Like, it's so well done. It's beautifully made.
Oh man, look forward to it.
Yeah, so
where can myself and the listeners?
I think it actually came out
find it,
today.
actually?
So as of when this
okay.
episode comes
Right.
out, it's out. So we held, I think, the last premiere of it in Sheffield.
And that's on iTunes, is it?
It's on iTunes. It's on a few others. I think it's on Vimeo. You can pay for it on Vimeo as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Amazon Prime. There's a load of people, you know, posted about it and stuff. So no doubt you'll find it. I know. Again, Petey just did a post about it. So yeah, I urge anyone, if you've not got any plans to see it, change your plans. Go, make sure you watch the Stevie Smith Long Live Chainsaw film. It was excellent.
Rad.
Purely brilliant. And I'll tell you what I did learn as well at the premiere. Steve Pete wears...
Other than that you're old.
Other than that I'm old. This made me feel even older. Steve Pete smells amazing. Which, when you look at Steve, you don't think... Oh dear.
I don't know. I've never really... I don't know.
I smell Pete's products when I see Steve Pete. I smell e-pads. Dude,
Right,
he
okay,
wears
yeah,
fucking
fair
good
enough.
cologne.
What
He
do you
wears a
smell of?
cologne called Creed. Creed.
Does he? Yeah.
Creed
There you go.
is £250 a bottle.
Is it for real? Yeah.
Yeah,
I love the
Peter's
fact
products
that
money, bro.
it's 250 quid a bottle. So that means it's better than if it was,
Exactly.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? If it was less.
If you don't like the smell, you don't like the smell. It's as simple as that, isn't it? But he smelled amazing, mate. He smelled amazing. So,
Nice.
yeah, it's funny. We were in the bar after, and this girl who was relatively drunk, she was a friend of a friend, smelt Steve, and she was like, "Oh, really nice." And she smelt me, and she was like, "Oh, actually, just as good." And I was wearing the old Manscaped refined.
Nice. Yeah.
So there we go, little plug. There you go. That's success for you. That's success for you right there.
There you go.
Inside knowledge.
Who knew? Creed. I've never even heard of it actually, but I guess
might
they
do
wouldn't
now.
really target me with their advertising, would they?
Odin E-pad. Yeah, so it was yeah, it's a good night, man. Really nice. Really enjoyed it.
Wicked. Well, I'll definitely check that out. Yeah. Look forward to it. So that's what you've been up to, and you've done all of those amazing things. And whilst you've been doing all of those amazing things, I've spent the entire time in a digger, just in the rain.
Someone's got to do it, man. Think of how good it's going to be in summer. Tell me about it. What you've been doing?
Yeah.
What's the project?
So we've been up S4P, which is in Milford, which is a dirt jump park that we made ages ago, and it's fallen into slight disrepair because people don't kind of, just through time and the fact it's sand as well. You have to do a lot of work with sand trails. You have to, like, every time you ride them, you have to fix them, and that's not happened because it's like a bike park, so people just come to ride.
Is it a place where people can just rock up and ride for free, or?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah,
And
you just have to be a member of Bike B1KE, and
Excellent.
then it's like a free thingy. So it's really cool. We've had over the years, we've had like people learn on the rollers and end up riding the actual jumps. So anyway, over the years, the traffic has particularly damaged the kids lines, the rollers, the tables, the small doubles.
Right.
So we've just got diggers in this week, and we're fixing all of that. But we've picked the worst week, man. It is crazy. Is it raining where you are?
Yeah, it has been. It's been awful, mate. Yeah, awful.
God, it's miserable at home, man. You just spend the whole day. I luckily had a wicked crew all day out there in the rain. I can't really complain. I'm in the digger. But
you got a roof?
I've got a roof, yeah, but it's still freezing cold, and you're not doing enough, so you're just shivering away. But yeah, we've got a wicked crew, and but my goodness, is it miserable digging in the rain like that.
And what's the reason for doing it? Obviously, the trails are in disrepair, but is there a sort of thing you do annually to keep them up and running? Is it?
Nah, not really.
Was it just it just needed doing, otherwise it was just going to be a slippery slope, like you said, like the coin thing. All of a sudden, they just don't work anymore.
Well, it's still super popular and stuff, and like ultimately, if you've got a kid on a balance bike, you don't really care. But it just seemed a shame to let them get like that. So hopefully, it will inject a bit of life into the spot, and we can have a good winter.
Yeah, awesome.
Sending threes into sand.
Lucky to be able to get heavy machinery in there as well, really, because most stuff, like you say, it's hand done, isn't it? So it's awesome you get some machinery in.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we are actually super lucky, and we own. Well, yeah, we own the land. It's private land,
right?
So it's the only reason that all of it can happen, and we don't end up with them all knocked like pilgs or whatever.
Yeah, true. That's good.
Yeah.
Like you say, it's a good thing, because if someone's got to do it, it's the whole no dig, no ride thing again, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Someone's got to commit to doing it.
So honestly, I'm fairly low energy today. I'm going to be honest.
Mate,
I'm going to be honest. I'm fairly low energy.
I did, before Hook It started, I did some work with a company called Bike Track. Yeah. And that was similar. You know, it's out all day. I don't have any machine licenses, obviously. Can barely drive a car, so I was just out all day, spade, mattocks, what they call, you know, that thing.
Like a what?
Jackhammer.
No, for flattening.
Whacker plate.
Whacker plate.
Oh, whacker, right,
Whacker plate. Like, I did it for about 2 months, and it was sort of end of summer, coming into sort of autumn, and dude, those days are rough. They're rough. you get home and it's that feeling. I don't get it very often anymore. You know, you've been cold all day and you get indoors and you're just like, oh, I just want to fall asleep.
Yeah, that's all it is for me at the minute. I've just come in the door and I'm still like thawing out. I've turned the heating on, but I'm freezing. It's just my hands, man.
Saying
So
that,
cold.
I went up to the cold swim spot this morning, and that was rough. That was
Probably quite cold.
but it was also quite humbling because I got there and I went up there for about 9:30, something like that, maybe 9 a.m. So it's quite early still, I thought. And there were 2 women in the water already, and it was 3 degrees. They got a temperature thing. She was like, "It's really cold," and I was like, "Okay, it's 3 degrees." And they were swimming lengths, dude, and they were, you know, older ladies, bless them. It was amazing. It was so humbling though, because you're like this young-ish, not young anymore, don't feel young, younger guy stood there in my underwear, just like.
Were you just doing like a dip and then out of there? Ah!
My plan was literally to do 2 minutes of just being in the cold, but then there's these women chatting, going up and down in 3-degree water, and I was like, this is humbling. This is it. This is what it's all about. So I got in and I managed to do about 5 minutes, I think. But dude, It was freezing. Like the walk there with the wind and the rain. Last time I went was last week, and it was fully frozen as well. So it wasn't frozen. There was some ice floating around on the top. Dude, it was a wake up call this morning. It's quite funny. I don't know if I told you. Yeah, it's really funny. I had a meeting. I was meant to meet someone who's potentially coming on board as a podcast sponsor. And I didn't check my phone all morning because I'm silly. And I don't like checking my phone in the morning. I like to get some stuff done first before looking at it. So then I thought, right, I can drive past the swim spot to the cafe where I'm meeting this lady. And then I'll crack on with the work for it. I went for the cold swim, got back in the car, freezing cold, drove down to the cafe, ordered a coffee, sat down, opened my laptop to find an email saying I'm not coming. I was like, should have checked that before I set off, really, shouldn't I? So yeah, then had a coffee and drove back home. So there we go. It's been nice.
Not the end of the world. Sounds nice. It's the cold water's funny, isn't it? Because just doing it is just unpleasant, and then the joy comes. It's type 2, isn't it? So, well, for me anyway.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy when I'm in. I don't care. It's just cold to me. And then when I get out, I'm like,
yeah,
it feels good.
Mate, I love it. I do like it. It's a challenge. It's a definitely. If you can get over that in the morning, whether it's a cold swim or, you know, more locally, I guess, a cold shower. Yeah. It does set you up for the day. It's not easy, I know that. It's not, especially in winter. It's cold, it's horrible, but it's a big mental thing that if you can get up, make your bed and have a cold shower, I think the rest of your day looks pretty good.
I was trying
not a lot.
I was trying Terminator when I go in the sea. So I try and like not flinch from any element of the cold. Just go like, you know, almost like disconnect your, you know, like if something really fucking hurts, you can almost like pretend it's a separate thing. I'm talking shit here, but what I always try and do anyway is like try and disconnect like the fact it's cold from me, and just be like, just move your legs and arms in the direction of the
feeling's
water.
Just a thought.
Yeah, in it. So then I try and Terminator into the water.
Pain.
But there always comes a point where I'm like up to my shoulders or whatever, and I'm like, get me out, and then run out.
I heard a story recently on a podcast where they were saying, it was talking about fear and how your brain perceives pain. And there's this story of this guy who was working on a building site, and he was using a nail gun, and he shot a nail through his foot into a piece of wood through his foot, and he was in like excruciating pain. He's like, what the fuck? Passed out. You know, the ambulance come, they've got him on gas and air, they get him to the hospital, they're slowly taking it all off, they got his boot off, steel toe cap boot, and the nail had actually missed his foot, so it was all in his head. Yeah, right. And then there's the opposite side of that story. There's another guy who was using a nail gun as well, and he shot one, didn't see where it went. A few weeks go by, he starts getting a headache, and his nose kept bleeding or something. So he goes to the dentist. A toothache. He got a toothache. Goes to the dentist, and the dentist goes, "You've got a nail in the palate of your mouth. Like you've got a fucking nail stuck up there." And again,
He
like
just didn't realise.
No pain. He just didn't know it was even there. Just carried on.
Oh my goodness! The guy with it
and that
through
for
the
me is
shoe needs to be ripped for that, doesn't he?
Needs to be inoculated for that. It's it's the same with the cold though. Like you said, it's all a mental thing, and that's even this morning you're walking down to this cold water. It's about a mile walk to get there from where I park. You're walking down. It's fucking freezing, man. Like there's rain and wind and there's snow on the floor, and you're like, I could just turn back. But you keep going, and then you get to the water, and there's two women in there already swimming.
Yeah,
and you're
that's
like,
good.
well, this is it. You just got to put it out of you. You just got to get in and crack on with it. It's
That
fun.
is good. That
I like those little head games.
I had a GoPro on my back and I came off in Fort William, and then I went to race Trans Madeira, and I'd got it checked out in the hospital, and they'd said it was like basically where I had a GoPro on my back, it was recording the sound of my voice. I was like mic'd up. I'd done nerve damage, so
Right.
I was aware that the pain wasn't real pain and it wasn't pain to worry about, but it didn't stop it from being the same as if it was pain. Do you know what I mean? So it's like you could have a burning feeling on your hand that's just like burning, but if you know it's not burning, that doesn't take away the pain. If someone says it's fake pain, it's still pain. My friend Greg, actually, he's paralysed from here down, and his he gets these phantom pains. It doesn't stop them from feeling what a horrible
I got a
thing.
friend
How
who has the
crap
same
is
thing.
that? It's so
He's
unfair.
in a wheelchair.
But
Yeah.
I kind of felt like I could kind of understand it, because it doesn't change anything when you know it's not real. Like, you still might as well be burning. Like, I find that so weird.
It is weird. That is weird. That is interesting, man. Yeah, it's just how you perceive it, I guess, isn't it? At some point.
Yeah.
It's like the whole yogi thing. Yogi people. Yoga can hurt, right? But it's about embracing it and just breathing through it and just sort of finding energy from it almost as well. And yeah, it's interesting. But it also
I was
sucks.
in Dumper yesterday, and the clutch is so hard. And obviously you need the clutch because you have to keep revs real high, because otherwise it doesn't steer. I don't know if you've ever driven Dumper.
Yeah.
They're pretty, and they bend in the middle, and you have to keep the revs in order for it to turn. And it was so annoying because my ankle was hurting so much because the clutch was so stiff. Every time I'd try and put the clutch in to go from reverse to forwards, because obviously the brakes don't work because it's a Dumper, it was so annoying because I knew the pain was coming, and I'd be like, right, well, don't pull away from the pain.
Right, go through it.
Yeah, go through it, but then it's like you can't not. It's like electricity. It's like a natural reaction to just yank your leg back. So I ended up like stalling a fucking Dumper, just because it was just unavoidable. I couldn't do anything about it. It's like such a sharp pain.
Wow.
So weird.
What's the most pain
weird,
you've ever experienced, do you think, to this day?
Honestly, I would say it's like, for me, ligament and tendon is way worse than anything. So like my shoulders, I've nailed both my shoulders, and like a good old fashioned twisted ankle. I feel like when it gets above that pain, it almost like diminish. It's slightly less, almost like broken bones are just shockingly awful, but it's not like it's a pain that's, if you stay still, I can escape it or whatever. Whereas that like ankle, when I had my nose jobs, that was bad as well.
Really? What, hurt after it?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I had a blood clot in there, and
wow.
But if it's in your hand, it's in your hand. Whereas when it's in between your eyes, it feels like it's actually you.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's right in your soul.
Yeah, you're looking through it.
Yeah.
You look at the world through pain.
Yeah, totally. What about you? What's your most painful thing?
For me, the one that really springs to mind was my Loch Ness accident, because that was not that the actual experience was painful as such, but being in the water, I think after about 40 minutes of being in the cold, everything seizes up, and to try and not die, I had to keep moving my legs, even though my groin, I think I pulled my groin from kicking so much.
Really?
And yeah, and it was like it's like a cramp that I've never experienced. You ever get that cramp when your calf locks solid?
Yeah,
it's that.
that is horrible.
But like for 20 minutes,
And it's like frozen.
And you've got to kick through it and keep going and keep going. Oh yeah, that was the worst actually. I think that was the worst. That was the bit that brought me to tears, I think, when I was in the water. I think that was like the point of being like just crying.
So that was the height of pain. That's your pain threshold.
That's my pain threshold. But it was, I think if you were just stood at the side of if you stood there, you'd be like, you could ease it off, you could like stretch, you could. But yeah, just having to kick through it and not knowing when it was going to end, I think that was more of a...
Yeah, that is shit.
That was shit.
You're always normally used to like sharp pains. It's like the sustained pains that are so annoying, isn't it? Yeah. They're the ones that I think of. Like literally twisting your ankle. It doesn't go away. It just hurts so much. There's nothing you can do. You're just there like... Ah.
Yeah. Part of it, mate. It's part of living. Imagine never experiencing it.
You're quite right. We've actually got a guest on in 10 minutes, by the way. I don't know how it's going to go.
It's your idea, mate. It's your idea.
Yeah,
I asked you, I came through,
So,
I said, Ollie, what do you want to do for your 23rd episode? And you said, I want to get a guest on. I want a listener on the podcast.
And we've got a listener on the podcast.
So we reached out.
It's a listener. We've actually got a listener that I met. I met this listener when I was in Scotland. In Glasgow.
Yeah.
I was in Scotland, in Glasgow, for a cut shoot. In fact, you might even recognise this guest from the current Focus Bikes campaign.
And you just so happened to bump into this guy.
Just happened to bump into him, dude.
Literally bump into him, or
yeah, literally bump into him. But he's a lovely chap, and he's going to be. He's going to be talking to us about his journey through riding and how he discovered it. We've got Dave on. Yeah.
Dave coming on the podcast. And everyone knows a Dave.
How did you discover riding?
Everyone knows a Dave.
Everyone does, yeah. Everyone knows a Dave.
How
did you discover riding, Davey? I feel like it was family for you.
Yeah, it's just always been a thing. I couldn't even... In fact, I've got some old photos downstairs which I'm using for this little video I'm going to make. And there's a photo in there of me, and I reckon I've got stabilisers on my bike, so probably... probably 3 or 4. And I don't know. How old are you when you have stabilisers? I don't know. I think I was an early adopter. I don't know. I was young. And even at that age, I've got a Stoke Potters, which is a speedway team thing on. And I've got a Bell Moto 9 helmet on, dude. So it's early, man. Like, motorsport and all that sort of stuff, it was early. So I remember... That's
too early to remember otherwise, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I don't remember anything not having a BMX or something like that.
Yeah. I definitely always loved bikes and cars and motorbikes and stuff, but I don't know if I would... I don't think I was like... My parents obviously didn't ride bikes in that way, so I wasn't aware of it.
It's something I want to ask Dave really about that, about like finding a new hobby when you're a little bit older. It's not an easy thing to do.
No, it isn't.
It's not.
Young Benny.
Yeah.
Sorry to keep on... Sorry, mate.
Ben Z.
Ben Z.
Ben Z.
You're new to the game, right?
I say I'm new to the game.
So if you had to summarise how you... If you had
I've
to
just
summarise
poured
how you...
a full beer everywhere, folks. I'm so sorry. Just bear with me 1 second.
SAXX! Davey, let me just check my watch. It's giveaway time, dude.
Best time is giveaway time. You know that, dude. Giveaway time's the best time. All right, man. We've got a hell of a giveaway for our lovely podcast fans, listeners. I hate the word fans.
What is it this week?
Dude, we're going to be doing a SAXX giveaway. So big up SAXX for stepping in to sponsor this episode. We're going to do a monumental giveaway just in time for Christmas. You've won SAXX. What's your favourite SAXX feature, Ollie?
I've got them on now. The ballpark pouch.
It's a game changer, isn't it?
It is. It truly
Actually, is a game changer. For those who don't know what the ballpark pouch is, imagine a hammock made out of the softest material you can imagine. Pop your nuts on the inside. That prevents any skin-on-skin friction. No more bat wing. You don't have to pick your nuts off the inside of your leg. And we're getting older, man.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it. The nuts are starting to droop.
They're drooping. But in the ballpark pouch, mine are asleep. I have to wake them up.
Yeah, you have to give them a little nudge sometimes.
Yeah, I do. I have to wake them up.
You, man. Yeah, it's
time to go.
Comfy in there for a set of nuts.
It's comfy.
It's comfy in there.
So, dude, what do we have to do to win ourselves? How many are we giving away? What's the deal? You know, what are we doing for this giveaway?
Okay, we're going to do a week's worth of Saxx for you and a mate. So, in fact, Ollie, 7's not enough. Let's do 8 pairs for you and a mate, because then it's a week's worth plus an accident, because there's always an accident every week, isn't there? There's always a time where you need another pair.
Life gets
you. You might end up in a sticky situation. So we're going to do 8 pairs for you and a mate, and all you have to do is look out for the post on social media. It'll be on the Ride Companion and at Saxx Underwear _UK on Saturday the 11th of December. That's going to give you a prompt. It's probably going to be this clip. It's going to give you a prompt, and all you got to do is tag a mate underneath and tell us why you deserve to win 16 pairs of Saxx. Dude, let me just do a quick calculation, because that's actually mind-blowing. So that is around £480 worth of underwear.
That's insane.
Dude,
and it's for 32 testicles. It's enough for 32 testicles.
Yeah, mate, exactly. 32 testicles.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of testicles, isn't it?
It's a lot.
Yeah. If they were all around you, you'd be scared, let's say.
You would. Oh, what a giveaway. When are we announcing the winners?
We're going to do it on the next episode, dude. Let's do it on the next episode. Yeah.
Let's do
Gives us plenty of time. Do it on the next episode. And yeah, massive thank you to Saxx. Saxx are killing it at the moment. You can find them all over. They make the perfect Christmas gift, man. It's hard to give good gifts. I give bad gifts. But with Saxx, you can't really go wrong. Like, no dude is going to not enjoy a pair of Saxx for Christmas. So check out Saxx.
Dad's got a set, both my brothers.
There you go. What, set of nuts?
Done. Saxx.
Yep. Awesome. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to Saxx. And let's get back on with the podcast.
This podcast is a mess, isn't it? It's a mess. You explain to everyone how you came about riding, because actually you're very good at biking for someone who's like a year deep or so.
I would say, yeah, about a year deep. That is very kind. How did I discover biking? Started filming with Bren, beginning of lockdown, and then I just sort of bumbled about. And then I always say my first time riding was Trans Madeira 2020.
Wait, dude, so you never rode mountain bikes at all?
I had, and I was thinking about this recently, when I was younger, a Specialized Hot Rock.
Yeah.
Was my first mountain bike that I had. I've rode it a little bit and then never really rode it again, and hadn't ridden bikes really since the beginning of lockdown. I always liked it, but I never really took it up or anything.
I remember you saying you were a bit of a fan, though. You always used to watch Rampage.
Always used to watch Rampage and Life Behind Bars. Those are the only two things I ever watched. Never anything else. And then I found out that apparently there's some local pros in our area. I have yet to see them, but apparently.
Let us know when you meet them, man. We'll get them on.
I'll be sure to let them know.
I don't want to blow too much smoke up your ass, but you're very good at riding for someone who's only been doing it for such a short period of time.
You're very kind. I'd like to say I'm quite balanced. I'm quite a balanced person. I guess that comes.
Yeah, you are. You've got your gymnastic and dance background, haven't you?
Exactly. So
yeah.
Do you think there's anything in the fact of hanging around with good people at biking?
That's a good question.
There's got to be something in that.
I think so.
I think there's got to be. It's one of those. The more you watch of a sport, do you get better of it just by watching and analysing, or again, you're spending time with the best people on Earth?
That's good, but it does have its negatives. Because of course you've got two pros who are very good at biking, but
the bar's really high,
sometimes
right?
Forget that old Gen Z, Ben Z behind is a young'un and still learning.
Yeah, it is true.
Yeah,
it is true. I think it does accelerate learning though, because it sort of normalises stuff that, maybe you'd be fucking stoked on something.
Yeah.
But it just makes it normal, and then it just becomes your everyday then, much quicker than if you're on your own. You'd be still there sort of celebrating.
Exactly. I wouldn't want to learn any other way. It's like with dance.
Yeah.
You go grade 1, grade 2, and all the way up to grade 8 and stuff, whereas I've sort of gone in straight at grade 7 in biking.
Yeah, exactly. But talking about dance, are you a grade 8?
Sadly, I'm not a grade 8 in ballet. No, I never actually did the grades in ballet. I just did it for technique and strength.
Oh, street dance technique.
Yeah. Really good.
There we go. Oh, it'd be interesting to be graded on biking skill, wouldn't it? Imagine if there was like a...
At this point in your life, Benny... Sorry,
no,
Ollie,
please,
I didn't hear
I'm
you
interested.
talking. At this point in your life, Benny, what would you go for if you had a choice? Step Up, the movie, Step Up, the jump?
Step Up the movie, specifically Step Up for the Florida hotel scene.
You'll take watching that movie all day over
greatest dance scene
brilliant
ever. One of the best.
Fantastic. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
And there you go. Yeah, fuck the Step Up.
Channing Tatum over Steve P all day long.
Brilliant.
Oh man. Oh god. What were you going to say, Ollie? Sorry.
I can't remember now. Oh, grading systems. I'm sure there are grading systems in coaching, aren't there? I don't know. Have you been to a coaching session before, Benny?
I can't say I have, no. But then you are right.
Have you been, Davey?
Never done a coaching session.
I haven't.
No.
I wonder.
Just cycling proficiency at school.
I wonder if there are like grading systems for biking.
If you were
like what grade you're at?
Deaconator would know, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he would.
He's a coach,
yeah, Deeks
right?
is a coach. Yeah.
If you were to do it, Ollie, how would you grade someone? What would you like? How they turn?
I don't know. I guess you could just generally. It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because you get like people are so good at different stuff, but yeah, I don't know really. Quite a hard one. I feel like I feel like I quite like riders that are quite well rounded, so you can ride jumps and ride downhill and technical stuff and whatever. I feel like they're my favourite riders, really. Like someone who's just a racer or just a slopestyle rider, slightly. You can't. Yeah, it'd be difficult, wouldn't it? I don't know how you would grade that. Like someone who's just fucking amazing at slopestyle. Obviously, they've mastered biking, but just in one avenue, really, haven't they?
Nowadays, would you say there is more crossover between all the disciplines than it has been before?
Don't know, because slopestyle looks like it's from another planet these days, huh?
Yeah.
Slopestyle's hard to even picture yourself doing any of it. It's like quite. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, our guest has arrived. Dave is here. Here he is, Dave.
Do you want to end this call, or should we just carry on?
I think we should just carry on. Dave's here.
Dave's here.
Hey, it looks good, man.
Mate, you look great.
I've got a massive headset on, especially.
You look great. Thank you for joining us, Dave.
Thanks for having me.
Mate, absolute pleasure. It's a pleasure. Ollie, you know, we were just saying before, we said to Ollie, what do you want to do with episode 23? And his idea was to get a listener on the podcast.
Well, you wanted Dave.
Here it is. He wanted Dave.
I actually did want Dave specifically because you sort of happen to be currently featuring in a focus campaign. You know, there's no hiding this, is there, really?
No, I can't hide.
No, it's a difficult one to hide, yeah. But I guess we can edit in some like clips of Dave now, can't we? That'd be nice.
Oh, that would be nice, actually, if Benny has time.
But yeah, so I guess what we wanted to talk to you about, really, Dave, because when I met you, you had a good story, and I thought it was worth getting you on for your story. How you discovered biking, and what it means to you now, really.
Well, I mean, I was just kind of going through life like I had been for a while. I was just going through the motions, and I was unhappy at work. My boss was constantly getting on at me, and I kept trying to find something that would kind of just make me happy, just for me. And I tried loads of things. I tried like yoga. I tried.
How'd yoga go?
Yoga's tough, man.
I've not got the best balance, so yeah, it was pretty difficult for me.
We had another guest on a little while ago. You might come across him on your mountain bike journey. He's called Rob Warner.
Oh yeah,
and he's like the voice of mountain biking, and he was doing yoga through lockdown. And I think we spoke to him in March, and he was on day 3 of the January yoga challenge.
Right.
It wasn't going well.
It's really hard, isn't it? I did that hot yoga, and I couldn't believe. I thought, I went and did. That's the only yoga I've ever done. I've done one class, and I thought I was just gonna kill it, And I struggled massively. I was shaking.
And that's when you
Like a
do
shitting
yoga
dog,
in
honestly.
a sauna, basically. Is that right? Is it that hot?
Yeah, it was just like a hot room, a hot farty room, really. Yeah, humid, sort of swampy, swamp-ass room. Yeah.
It's tough not to let out
a bit
at least one trump when you're doing yoga, isn't it? Especially that downward dog position will get you every time.
Yeah. That's why I couldn't stick
Downward
it.
dog
Yeah,
will get
I had to-
You couldn't stick it. What other hobbies do you? I'm
I
intrigued. What
tried
other hobbies you do?
baking. I didn't go well at all.
Baking?
I caused a bit of a fire with that one. A wee bit.
It's tough to cause a fire when you're baking, dude. I'll be honest with you. I think.
Well, I know that now.
What were you trying to bake?
It was a cake.
Paraffin.
Wood.
I think I'd actually left something in the oven, or someone had. It was a shoe, but I didn't know it was there, and I was preheating it. That didn't go as planned. I tried painting.
Painting's tough.
I think you need natural talent for that.
Where were you? Right, this is something. Yeah, you probably do. Where we were just talking about it before as well, Dave. Like where you find new hobbies as a grown adult. If you don't mind me asking, man, how are you? You look mid-20s, but how old actually are you?
I'm 40.
There you go. So you're a 40-year-old gentleman, and you're going through life. How do you discover a new hobby? Like, does that make any sense?
Well, for me, it was, some people maybe just, go on the internet and look things up. For me, it was...
There is that.
It was a bit
fair.
more, like it was meant to happen for me. I was just walking along. I was walking along the
It's more
street.
physical.
And I nearly got killed. Well, I was awoken by I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, and I was crossing the road, and I was nearly hit by 3 bikes, and
Wow.
I saw.
And a former soldier.
Yeah. Yes. Terrifying, but it woke me up to what I needed to do. And I saw the bike lying there, and I thought, that's for me.
If you're gonna,
It's good. It's a good point, actually. How do you find a new hobby? It's bloody difficult. Tinder should introduce like a hobby section, so it's like you can swipe
that's
left
a good idea. Yeah,
or right,
Yeah,
you
so
know,
it'd be like,
and then you can
it'd be hot yoga left, or I don't know which way is which.
Yeah,
is right
exactly,
good or
yeah.
bad? I don't know.
I can't remember. No, right is good.
You mean you've had it? You mean you've had it, Ollie, or no?
Yeah, I've had
Oh, wow.
Tinder. Yeah, not Tinder hobbies. That doesn't exist yet. I've had Tinder. Yeah, and you swipe right. I think right is if you like them, and left
So
is
yeah,
if you don't.
hot yoga left, painting left, baking left.
I don't know about this.
Biking.
I'm a married man.
Biking.
So I don't know. I have
Right.
no idea.
Okay.
I can't help you.
Mate, we're not pointing fingers here, dude.
I know.
Jesus.
Oh dear. So then what? You woke up. You see this bike. Then what?
I thought, well, I've tried everything else at this point. I'm going to try this. So I got my own bike, and I've never looked back since. I
Right.
just absolutely love it. I go
Amazing.
out every chance I get.
So your bike's an EMTB, right? I seem to remember
It is,
from
yes,
meeting you.
It is. It is.
So would you have you ridden a normal bike?
Yeah.
Previously.
I mean, previously I learned on a normal bike. Yeah, when I was a boy.
It's cool, man, because e-bikes definitely open it up to new people. You don't necessarily have to be the fittest. You can go out and get a good ride in. It's really difficult to buy a bad one these days as well, I think. So yeah, I think. And are you in Scotland? Is that right?
I'm in Scotland. Yeah.
Yeah. So relatively hilly. So you're going to need that little bit of help to assist you up the hills and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I don't notice the hills anymore really with the the electric bike. It's
with
just,
the calf
amazing.
muscles.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a lot fitter than I was, but that little kiss, I call it, little kiss up the hill.
So you've got a good group of mates that you now go riding with. Did you know them before?
No, I met them through. Well, initially it was the near accident. I met those guys, and then through them, and especially I'll go out on my own, and I'll just, it's that kind of, you pass people and you say hello as you're going past them, and then sometimes you just stop and other people stop and have a chat with you, and you just kind of get into it that way. So yeah, I mean, I met a lot of people over the past few months. It's been
nice.
It's been amazing. Yeah,
it's quite a welcoming community, I'd say.
Oh,
I mean, like you, our listeners are awesome. It's a lovely, lovely bunch of people. There's no hatred. It's all good all the time.
Yeah.
And I think it's like that out on the trails. I think, like you say, if you're a newbie, no matter how good you are, how bad you are, what bike you've got, I'd like to think that it's a pretty welcoming community.
Yeah.
Unlike disc golf, but
Yeah, too right. Yeah.
That's another one. Left, definitely left.
Disc golf left.
Disc
All
golf
day,
left.
What is that?
All day.
I never tried that one.
We messed
Ignore
with the
it.
disc golf community on this podcast, and we got taken out by them. We got taken down hard, didn't we?
Really?
Yeah, Olly
seriously,
slagged off the GOAT of
they're
disc
aggressive.
golf.
I did, yeah. I took on the Michael Jordan of disc golf, and he heard.
He came back hard.
Yeah.
In fact, he brought the community with him as well, which was the weirdest thing. he came
Yeah, it
back
was
hard,
strange, wasn't it?
and
Yeah.
the rest of all the other 4 people that play disc golf came as well.
Yeah. So, Dave, what's next for you with your biking? Have you got any ideas, or would you like any tips for anything around MTB?
I'm always looking for tips, and I hear that you are the best person to get tips from.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that, but
Could be up there for sure.
yeah, could be up there. What have you got any locations you'd like to go to or anything? Maybe
Well,
I would love to go on a trip with you, Dave.
Would you?
I'd love to. We had a cracking time.
We did. Right next to me, he's got Arthur Seat, the big volcano in Edinburgh.
There's a volcano in Edinburgh.
Yeah, well, there's 2 actually.
No,
Yeah,
I mean, how did I not know this?
I didn't know that. Are you for real?
yeah. So the castle was built on a dormant volcano, not extinct, and
Wow.
Is that
also
for real? Yeah, that's a volcano.
the big hill next to, not next to it, but near the castle called Arthur Seat. That's also a dormant volcano, so they could both apparently still go off at any time. But I don't know if I believe that.
No way. I had no idea that was volcanic.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Crazy.
what I've been told anyway since I was a kid. So
Dave, I've got a quick question. Yeah, it could be a total lie, right? I've got a quick question for you.
yeah.
You popped up a few episodes ago asking a couple of questions and stuff in our listener questions segment, and I started looking at your Instagram and stuff and seeing that you were probably not, and I mean this with the greatest respect, Dave, maybe not the happiest guy in the world. Would you say that you were struggling a little bit before you found mountain biking, and how has mental health and physical health as well?
Yeah, but it's helped incredibly, because I mean, before I was kind of just going along,
Bit of a rut.
But I was kind of autopilot, and I was trying to find something that I could do, like without.
Yeah.
Without, that sounds terrible. Without my family, and outside my work. But you know what I mean? It's like something that's just for me. I was trying to find something like that because I'd never really had any kind of passion about anything before, and I wanted to.
And I guess they didn't want to eat your food.
Something that
The paintings didn't look anything like them.
No. Yeah. Yeah, they were getting sick of me. And so when I found biking, I was just, you know, I just felt free.
Nice.
It was just this kind of sense of freedom, especially with the electric bike. Like, it's just, you know, I can go anywhere I want, anywhere really. I mean, not anywhere.
No.
I can't go up, you know, top
But you
of
can go up a
Sharp
volcano.
or
So I mean,
No,
I don't
no,
know if I'm
not
allowed to
yet.
do that.
But
yeah.
I could, yeah, and that's good enough for me. So yeah, I mean, my physical and mental health have improved.
How have you been
drastically,
sort of progressing? Like, what does the progression look like? You know, sort of like and how has your mentality changed as far as being a beginner and stuff like that?
Yeah, well, I mean, when I first started, I was, I mean, I wouldn't use the word scared, but I was definitely hesitant to kind of going on more rough terrain. I just wanted to keep it kind of flat. I thought I'll just go along canals and stuff, keep it nice and easy where it's flat. But then the more people I started to meet, they kind of grew my confidence and helped me to go on the kind of the more risky tracks.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm improving all the time. But yeah, I mean, since the beginning, I'm doing things that I never thought I would be doing, you know, before.
Awesome.
so we can catch up more with you by following Focus Bikes, because you're on there a lot at the moment.
Yeah.
Now, I'm a bit sort of, I'm feeling a bit threatened by you at the moment, because I'm not appearing as much on their social media anymore, you know.
So you should, mate. So you should.
I am. I'm
So you should.
threatened.
Better looking, more interesting.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm not going to argue, but
I think it is temporary, so I don't think you've got anything to worry about.
Dave, thanks for coming along. You truly are the man. Fantastic job,
Dave.
Thank you very much for having me.
We do some listener questions, Dave, and we've not got that long to go. Did you want to hang out just for a few more minutes just to do some listener questions?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Are you okay for time? Is that cool?
Yeah, no problem.
What the hell?
Sorry, mate. My computer's about to die. I think you might need Dave there for the listener questions.
Oh man. Okay, let me see if we can find one that's maybe not mountain bikey then, Dave. See what we've got. That's
Boots and cats
Huh?
and boots.
listener questions. That was all right, man. I'm impressed.
Hell of an episode.
That's terrible.
Oh, mate.
Are you back now? Are you good?
Well, I'm back now, dude. I'm ready for listener
All right,
questions.
okay.
I'm excited for them.
Okay, let's try and do some random ones then. At Luke Thurston 94. Thoughts on Bovril? Benny, you'll not know what that is.
Bovril is
Don't know what
like
that is.
it's just like gravy that people kind of pretend soup. Is it?
Yeah,
It is.
yeah. I think Bovril's like gravy that people drink like hot chocolate.
I'm getting
Yeah.
mixed up with Vegemite in my head.
Oh,
Is that not
yeah,
the same
yeah? Because
thing, though?
ain't Bovril like a spread as well? I don't know how
I
Bovril
thought
comes.
Bovril... Isn't Bovril a spread?
I'm thinking of Oxo cubes.
I think it's like you can use it to grease bike chains as well.
There you go. That's your
I think
beginner's
our
tips.
Our thoughts on Bovril are confusion from all angles.
I can taste it. Like, I know what it tastes like.
Yeah.
But if you ask me what it could come in like a tub like lard. It could come in a cube like Oxo.
It's a jar. It's in a jar, isn't it?
It is in a
It
jar.
is in a jar, because wasn't it one of those pop art print things? Loads of Bovril.
Yeah.
No, or was that Campbell's soup?
That was Campbell's soup.
Oh yeah.
I'd say this is a bad combination of people for this particular question.
I feel like the northern guy should have got that. I should have probably got that one, but I don't. I know what it tastes like, but I couldn't really comment on it. I do like it though. I think I've had a few hot Bovrils in my
I don't
time.
think I've ever had it. I don't think.
No, I don't think I have.
I
I
bring
feel
it-
like I know the taste, but I feel like I'm also making it up.
All right. Okay. At Wild Box Studios, wet and slop or cold and snow? Which would you rather ride?
Oh.
Dave.
That sounds rude.
We've ridden a bit of all of that, haven't we? Did it snow when we were riding the other day? Oh, it was just rain.
So
wasn't
you
it?
guys have
a lot
ridden
of
together
rain.
too? Is that a?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys have
Yeah.
ridden together.
There's a lot of
Yeah, we've
mud.
ridden together.
So I'd rather have the snow.
Okay.
You'd rather snow.
Fresh snow, so it's like it's not icy.
Yeah, like loamy
Okay.
snow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to balance it out with slop.
That's what the
Bovril.
Bovril does.
Yeah.
I'd go. I'm gonna go fresh snow actually.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah, I had a weekend in the slop and it's wank.
The slop wank.
What? What?
We got to learn more words, dude.
That's bad vocabulary, isn't it? That it's just wank.
You're not wrong.
We've got one here that says, "I love your guys' work," but maybe take that one back after this. I don't know.
Yeah.
At Russ Pierre, would you rather take a 10-foot wave on the head or bail a 10-foot jump? 10-foot wave. I don't think I've ever had a 10-foot wave on the head in my
10-foot wave sounds terrifying.
surfing career. It's short, but I don't think
What
it's
does-
ever been in 10-foot wave. I wouldn't be out there.
What does the second one mean?
So,
It's when you jump
like-
off. If you're not going to make like a jump with a gap,
Oh, right.
you fly through the air and you jump off your bike. You ditch your bike and then run down the landing.
yeah,
Right. No.
I'd take the 10-foot bail all day long.
What, on a bike?
Yeah, because there could be extra elements of the 10-foot wave,
Yeah.
like being pushed under the water.
Yeah,
Oh,
and you might need a
definitely would.
lifeguard.
Might need a lifeguard.
And there might be things in. Well, there would be things in the water that would
Yeah,
could possibly
There would
hit you.
Probably would be
there would and there
like
could.
coral.
Coral.
Yeah, cool. There could be Bovril.
Corals
If there was a Bovril spill on the surface, then you came to the top and you couldn't get through it. It's like a oil slick.
Bovril Sea, a sea of Bovril.
Yeah.
I feel like
I thought when you said coral, I thought you meant a bookies.
it could be one of those underwater too. You never know.
There's an entire bookies under the water. Where it belongs.
What's that sunken city? I wonder if they had a Betfred or a coral.
Betfred Atlantis.
Next question.
Next question. Okay, at Hamish Child, this is a good one. If you could get a personal coaching lesson from anyone in any sport, who would it be?
I'm
Who
gonna
would
say,
it be?
I'm going to say Olly.
Yeah.
Mountain
I've
biker.
actually done some coaching with you, haven't I?
Yeah,
Got you off that drop.
but I need more.
Oh wow,
You need more.
Yeah, definitely.
You're gonna make me come.
I'm sure it can be arranged.
Yeah, I'll be up on the plane to Glasgow again.
Thanks very much.
No worries.
I'd
Glad we got that organised.
take personal coaching lesson from anyone in any sport. I feel like Dan Bilzerian, poker, pretty good. Or maybe not even poker, just hacking life. That'd be kind of cool. Is that a sport? Hacking life?
Hacking life.
What is that?
I'll take that back. It's terrible, actually. He just rips people off. It's just a dick.
If hacking life came up on Tinder gaming, Tinder hobbies, I'd be swiping. I wouldn't be going for hacking life. It sounds like you're hacking away. People used to hack. Yeah, I don't know.
I'd go...
I'm not much of. I don't like. I don't think I'd be very receptive to coaching. I don't know. I've never had it. I've never really done it. I've never had.
What about Kelly Slater? It's like a day.
No, because it'd just be like a pressured. It'd be too much of a pressurized situation. Then Kelly floating around, me there drowning. I hate the idea of it. I don't want Kelly Slater as a coach.
Steve Davis, snooker.
Oh,
There you go.
that'd be good.
I can imagine you makes a
Maybe
big
we-
difference in snooker, right? Coaching.
Probably. I don't know.
You could have Joe Rogan, like, teach you how to do a podcast.
That's what we need. Now that's what we need.
Does he not have his own like energy vitamins or something?
Probably.
Who's that?
Yeah,
Joe
he probably
Rogan.
does.
He's got something like that.
Yeah, Killcliff, I think it's called.
What? He actually has a brand.
I think so.
Oh, does
Doesn't
he?
he have a... Oh, On It. There's On It, of course. He owns On It, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
He
He's
has
got
a
supplement brand, hasn't he? Yeah.
He's got a supplement brand,
Oh, is
yeah.
that what
And
it
I'm
is?
drink. Yeah. And then he has a drink too, I think. Louis 5 Murphy. Best activities for being stuck in isolation with COVID.
Well, we have.
I
Dave,
mean,
have you had COVID?
No.
Well, you can say what you want at this point. Come on,
not had
manufacture
it.
something. Come on.
I've not had it. What is it? What's the question is? What's
like
the
a-
best activity when you've got COVID?
yeah, stuck in
Yeah, if you're
isolation with
stuck.
COVID, yeah.
First of all, was he called
Chan-
Murphy or Liam?
Lewis.
First of all, I'd like to say sorry to hear it, Lewis, and hope you're okay.
Yeah, it sucks, man. That sucks.
That does suck.
Just try and blow. Like, if you can try and blow your, just make a little target for yourself and kind of try and blow the snot. We call them
Yeah.
snotters in Scotland.
What do you call them?
Snotters.
Okay.
Snotters.
Snotters, okay.
Snotters.
Okay, I thought you were going to say snorkeling, which Benny really likes. That's probably going to be Benny. If Benny gets COVID, he'll probably say snorkeling is what he would do when he's in isolation. Because he enjoys it so much.
It's dangerous.
Yes.
I just done some when I had COVID. I just did. I did a lot of nothing, a lot of meditating, anything that makes you connected to yourself. All right.
There you go.
put the
Yeah,
gear
no,
on
nice one.
that.
Yeah. All right, done. Yeah, I'll connect. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Do you know how much
Okay.
he's going to be like? Fuck you, Davey. If that's the advice, he just wants a series, dude, and you're telling him to connect to himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just tell him fucking Drive to Survive or something.
Tiger King
Yeah,
2.
Tiger King 2, yeah. Yeah, there we go. That's some
I've not
advice
seen that.
people can get down with, yeah.
I've not seen that either, mate. To be
I haven't
honest,
seen it.
have you seen it, Ollie? You were a fan of that first time, right?
Yeah, it was the series I found unbelievable, but I haven't seen Tiger King 2 yet, no.
No.
I thought the first one ended when he was in jail. Or he was in. Is he,
Yeah.
so is he out of jail now or no?
Don't know.
He's still moaning about.
Is it not good?
Still moaning about the Tigers.
It's kind of like gone under the radar. I feel like, hasn't it? Like the first one, I feel like the pandemic there was a bit like series. You
Yeah.
had like the Michael Jordan one that was a part of lockdown. Then you had Tiger King that was a part of lockdown.
Yeah, and I feel
There's
like you
like
could
these
get on
series
this,
that
you could
came
get
out.
this like frequency where it just goes crazy, and they just got it exactly dialed, didn't they? They got it exactly
Yeah,
the right time.
nailed it. Yeah, there was a few like that, but this one seems to have gone a bit. Everyone's out, hopefully doing stuff apart from Lewis, who's
What
Watching
movie
it.
out there is there that was good at first and then got really bad? I can only think of Need for Speed.
Well, over time.
Yeah, you know, like Need for Speed is like Need for Speed 12 now or
Oh,
something,
yeah.
isn't it?
oh like Fast and Furious.
Oh, is that the one I'm thinking of? That might be it. Yeah, Fast and Furious. Because it was like its own thing at
Yeah.
the start, wasn't it? And then by the end, it was like only available in Aldi.
Yeah, it's true.
The
Yeah.
Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like the biggest franchise going.
yeah,
I think. Is it
but they're not very good.
The later ones-
I think
No,
it's
they're not good.
But the
Yeah.
first one was good, wasn't it? It was
I agree with
different,
you
right?
though.
From 1 till 5, they were sick. From 5 to
Can't
9,
remember.
they're pretty shit.
There's 9, is there? Yeah.
Yeah. 10's coming.
Step Up.
Step
Up's one of those.
Great series. Great series.
No.
Yes.
1 and 2 are great. No, 1 and 2 are dope, but the rest,
Are sick.
How many
Sick.
more are there?
Nah.
I thought there was only one.
Nah, there's 5.
Is there?
Yeah.
Wow, just printing money,
big
aren't
fan.
you? Oh, it's impressive.
Yeah.
It's cynical and sad.
It is. Exactly. All right, this is one that's actually for you two, Ollie and Benny probably.
Okay.
Abu Dhabi prediction this weekend. And Dave, maybe I don't know if you're into Formula One. I'm not.
What is this? Football?
Formula One.
Formula One, dude.
Oh, Formula One. Oh, no, I don't know anything about Formula One. I know.
Go on.
David Beckham.
I know.
They get Mike Tyson. He's good at it.
Yeah, he's really good,
Yes.
actually.
Yeah.
Really good.
When he gets those driving gloves in, he's great.
Oh,
It's just he
so
struggles
good.
sometimes.
Ayrton Senna.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was a racer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He
good on
was.
you, dude.
That's-
Thanks for the
that's about it.
contribution. No, that was good. Yeah.
So what's your predictions?
Oh, the thing is, Max has got to be so careful.
Why?
Well, if for whatever reason they both DNF, Max wins overall.
How tough a
So, he
situation
won the last
is that
race?
to be in? You could literally drive into
Because he
the
won the
side
last
of-
race.
He won. Lewis won the last one, but Max has the most wins.
Oh, so they go back on win count.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Max has got to
Right.
drive so carefully to not damage anything, damage him, damage Lewis.
I mean, he can. He's just got to be able to argue his way out of it with a legal team.
Yeah.
So he could T-bone him in the first turn, as long as he knows that. Do you know what I mean? How could he set it up so that he could like T-bone him in the first turn and just pretend his glove slipped? As long as you and your legal team could argue it, get
He just
yourself
said
a
he'd break leg.
championship. Yeah,
Yeah, just say you break leg. I'm sorry I couldn't do anything. I was breaking leg.
yeah. Tyres were.
Has that been some
Sounds very
controversy
devious.
already in previous races? Is that what you're alluding to?
Well, basically, you can't take
No.
people out.
No.
Who was it that did it before? Was it
What?
Schumacher?
Oh,
I feel like Schumacher might have done it
What
before.
reason?
Yeah, that was in that Schumacher movie, wasn't it? He
You
took someone out.
deliberately
Like,
took someone
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it got taken from him, so you
No.
can't do that, basically. But imagine how much money's at stake.
Oh,
It's terrifying.
dude.
And just to think that you could just crash into the other bloke and then make all
Oh.
that money.
But it is so sick that it's all come down to the last race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it? It's super exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really
All right.
is.
So top pick, Benny,
What, who am I going with?
Benzie. Yeah.
I want to say Lewis.
Yeah. We got. We're
Yeah.
English, aren't we? You know,
I'll go Max
can't
then.
have the
Yeah,
Dutch
you get-
winning.
I'll go Max Verstappen then.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll go Leona Lewis as well.
Yeah. Dave's going.
Leona Lewis.
Dave's gone for Nigel Mansell.
Yeah, she's though.
Oh dear. Should we just do a couple more?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Is that all right, Dave?
Yeah, sure.
There's a few really strange ones. I'm gonna. Yeah. Is it wrong to put? Okay, Minard Moore. Is it wrong to put mayonnaise on a cooked breakfast?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it's wrong. There you go. Yeah, I kind of agree. Yeah.
What do you
Ketchup.
ketchup?
I'm just going to say ketchup because the other two did.
Okay, let's have a look what else we got.
Before you say the last question, I promise that next week I'll have more energy. And that's
Thanks.
a promise that I do promise.
Okay.
And I'm sorry about this.
It's all right. We'll get Dave back on.
Yeah, I think Dave is my replacement anyway now, yeah.
Okay, the Duke 77, and big props to the Duke 77, Mark from Red Bull. He's a friend of the show, and there's a lot of people who help out behind the scenes that we don't get to give props to, which is a great segue into me saying a massive thank you to everyone for their Spotify Unwrapped things that they sent, because that's
Oh yeah, that was
That
rad,
always
wasn't it?
blows
That
me
was
away.
so cool to see. Yeah.
every year it blows me away.
Yeah,
like
unreal.
literally hundreds of people saying that they listen to this, and I honestly have no idea why. So thank you so much. Okay, the Duke 77. What animal is the biggest party animal? What animal is the biggest party animal? Hyenas laugh, so that's one.
Yeah, that's true.
What animal likes
I
to
just feel
party?
like dogs like to party. I feel like dogs. I don't see like a load of. You know when a dog gets a zoomies.
Yeah.
I don't see a giraffe getting the zoomies. You know what I mean? The zoomies is the animal equivalent of partying, in my opinion.
True. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but cats do that as well. The cats
Cats all run around.
Let's get the zoomies. Yeah.
yeah, like 4 a.m. they start turning up the curtains and
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
turning the taps on like ghosts.
I think I've got a good answer actually. In the dark, when you have the lights on, all of the moths and mosquitoes come towards the light, don't they? Because they want to. And the real reason for that is because they want to bang, right? And that light is a nightclub for them, and they're just there, just partying and banging. I don't think they ever bang each other, moths and mosquitoes. I think they just stick to their own
They're just
species.
Like a
They are
moth-tito.
They just act as wingmen for each other.
A
Yeah.
moth-tito. Moth-tito.
Terrifying. The thought of a moth-tito is terrifying.
It is. Actually, it is.
Big old wings, big old stinger.
Oh,
There's
cheers,
a-
boys. I've had a lovely
There's a-
time.
The first question that someone submitted, I've got to tell you, is Dan Ackley. Any plans for a proper guest? That's what the question is.
Is that what they said? Yeah.
Oh man. On that note, Dave, thank you so much for joining us, dude. It's awesome to see your progress on the Focus Instagram account. If people aren't already following, it's going to be an amazing thing that's happening. So please make sure you're following at Focus Bikes on Instagram. You can submit your own happy place, which is really fun. I've been doing it. You might have seen out running in the rain, out riding. Ollie's been on diggers. Dave's out
Edinburgh.
riding his Eep all over the Glasgow volcanoes, or Edinburgh. Glasgow, right?
Either or.
Edinburgh volcanoes. There's one in Glasgow, but Edinburgh volcanoes. And yeah, just make sure you're keeping an eye on that, because we're doing on this podcast. So keep an eye out for that. Ollie, any updates? Any no teaser? Teaser? Nah. We'll do it next episode. We really need to probably do it next episode, don't we?
No, we're not going to tease it. No, we won't tease it. We'll do it next
And
episode.
thanks again, everyone out there, for listening. It's appreciated. Again,
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Seriously, thank you for all the Spotify mentions. It's insane to see that. And like I said, make sure you're following Dave. That's most important, I think, from this episode. Make sure you're following Dave. Dave's Instagram is I'm just going to double check.
That is most
There you
important.
go. At Not So Arty Dave. Mate,
Follow me, please.
At Not So Arty Dave.
please. There's 177 followers on there right now, Dave, so you're killing it on the Instagram game. We want to try and get that up to at least 400 or 500 before the next episode, folks.
1 million.
So 4 or 5 million by the next episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll share it. It's in the show description.
There's
a link in the show description to
Not
follow
So
Dave.
Arty
Head over
and
there.
Dave. So it's Not So Arty _
Thanks for
Pretty
having me.
emotional. Peace.
Thanks, Dave. That's fantastic.